Ok so, obviously, sort of 102 caps later, you are still Middlesex's, highest capped Middleton Cup player. How do you feel about that achievement?
Well, obviously, I've had different numbers. Once I was told it was 113, once I was told it was anyway, it was over 100, and, that was a milestone in itself. And I think the last game I was selected for the Middleton Cup was when you became manager, Dan.
Okay. Are we going to move on, or are we going to stay on that?
Well, I'll keep no, to be fair, I know you asked me to play, and I said, "No, it's time for me to stand and watch and hopefully give you the opportunity to bring other younger players in and see how you were getting on." And I know you and Jason Rowland's done a lot of research about people's records and the Middleton Cup, et cetera, the positions they played. Yeah, it was to answer your question. Very proud, obviously, and to do it in consecutive years, i.e., never missing a year, was fantastic. However, there's no doubt in my mind that some other players could have done the same if they had one stayed born in Middlesex and or retired from Bowls for domestic reasons, getting married, children, whatever. So yeah, I was lucky, and I was lucky enough that being the governor in my business, I could make sure that I was available to play bowls all the time. So yeah, I was delighted.
And did you ever miss many games?
I think during that whole, maybe I missed one season, maybe one another, but that was yeah, and I did miss one because young Norman Worley and I blame him for this, by the way. We were playing Sussex away, and I said, "All right, son, I'll pick you up on the Edgware Road," which I did. And our ring was undefeated. So anyway, I said, "What way will we go?" He said, "Yeah, down to Marble Arch and we're going." I said, "All right." And that was the first London Pride march in London. We couldn't move. Anyway, there was no mobile phones, nothing. So we struggled, and I said, "No, we're not going to make it, son. We need to phone them. Tell them. Tell them." So we in a phone box, we got the number of the club. I forget what club it was in Sussex. We phoned. "Can we speak to the Middlesex match?" Said, "Look, where are you? We're on the eight, whatever it was, A24 or something, and we're going to be late." "No, we'll try and delay it." Anyway, we never made it. So they moved my three, which was Richard Kirk in those days,
Okay.
up to skip, which was always what Richard used to say, "John, I think I should have a chance at skip." I said, "Richard, you're only in the Middleton Cup a year." I said, "And the fastest way out the door is skipping." But he did, and he got battered. So,
Okay.
that was the end of his short Middleton Cup career. Yeah, so yeah, that was one game I missed. Another year, maybe, I can't remember. And don't forget, in those days, and maybe this is something for you to check down, the Middleton Cup was a knockout.
Believe it was in an earlier year or certain years prior. I'm not too sure when it became the league format.
Due to complaints from other counties saying, "Look, we're always getting knocked out in the first round. We never have a chance to." It's a good question, that. When did the knockout phase of the Middleton Cup stop?
Okay. I will certainly look that up.
Yeah, that's a moment for you.
Thank you.